Welcome back to Classic Conversations. As always, I'm Fresh. To the left of me is Vic. And I'm going to let him introduce. It's my boy Jay Gray.
What's going on, man?
Definitely well overdue to have come through and sit on the, what do you want to call this? The Classic Conversation table? Sit at the Classic Conversation table? The Convo table. Yeah, the Convo table.
Oh, yeah, man. Thank you for having me, man.
So, you know, it's some rules. No political correctness. No bitch assness.
Okay.
And just the honesty of your opinion. I ain't trying to tell you to indict yourself or nothing like that. Crazy shit. But, you know, we just respect the honest opinion of everybody on here. We trying to really get perspective from different places. Tell the truth, just like when he said he did the shrooms.
Yeah,
for sure. Like I don't have no problem with that. It ain't like I'm out here on shrooms every weekend. You feel me?
You sure about that? Nah.
Man, it's crazy. But yeah, I definitely am not on those shrooms every weekend. I damn near don't even drink like that.
That's good, man.
Yeah, I rather smoke kush than anything. That don't slow me down at all. I still make my little gym visits and all that, but yeah. So, but back to you. I mean, you a different perspective. You from Illinois.
Yeah. You're
a producer. You're an artist. You've worn many different hats. Fresh, obviously, he has a music background. Not obviously, but Fresh has a music background, but he's a little bit older than us, you know. So he has an older perspective on life.
Yeah.
But as you can see, bro definitely didn't lose it in the style department, you feel me?
Yeah,
so,
bro, I heard Jiggy with it.
I.e. Fresh, you feel me? But yeah, I'll let you further, you know what I'm saying, introduce yourself, give yourself like a small little background, give the people a small little background, I should say.
Oh, yeah, man. So my name is Josh Gray. Born and raised Evanston, Illinois. Moved to
Evanston?
Yes, sir.
My pops is from Evanston.
Okay, there we go, man. Real town in the house, man. So I moved to LA about 2015. So I've been out here about 3 years. Been doing the music thing forever. Well, since I was about like 16. Been producing, recording. Met up with good people at Groundwork Studios a couple years back. Me and Victor linked up also a few years back, and it's just been pretty much history ever since, man. Shout out to Act Right brand. You feel me? It's major movement. You know, don't sleep.
Thank
you. Will get left if you do not get your act right. You feel me? But just been out here making my music, making my moves, man. Trying to just progress.
That's what's up. So what we talking about first? We was talking about just like his little shit in the media. We seen Lil Durk. We seen he just had to turn himself into jail. He was on tour. He ended up canceling his tour to turn himself in. They're saying that they're trying to charge him for like attempted murder.
Yeah, that's serious.
And then brandishing a weapon and
possession of a weapon by a felon,
all that type of stuff. So, but I mean, from his interviews and whatnot, or the interview he did before he turned himself in, it sounds like he really not worried about it. I'm not gonna say not worried about it, but it don't really sound like somebody who's panicked at all. I don't think if somebody really, thought they had to go up against something like that. Well, they might though. It's all strategic, but I'm not sure if they'll really have the composure. If they really knew they was guilty and they knew it was undeniably possibly guilty, I don't think they'll go in there to make themselves look stupid like that. But who knows what people would do in this day and age? You feel me? Right. I mean, do you think that? So my question from all that really was, like, bro's from Chicago, so him living in Atlanta, like, do you think it's just because like the type of music he makes, or it's just really that natural to him to be in that type of environment? Because I be thinking like, man, you move away to get away from that type of stuff, and it's like, damn, you still run into the same shit, different place. I feel like it's probably a prosecutor who wants to make a name for himself figures out that such and such is there in the vicinity, charges him, you know what I mean? Because he's an easy target for all those reasons that you said, being, background. Right. So it's an easy target. Probably himself know that it's not going to stick, but it gives him an opportunity to be the guy in the media. Right. So you think that's what you think the prosecutor just is in it for the ride? Until they can wear itself out. I think it's probably just somebody on the other side that's And
seriously
they
clout
get money
chasing.
out of this
Yeah,
too.
because what they'll probably end up, you know,
he gonna bail himself out.
Bail himself
super
out.
high bail. But you get if you beat the case, you get your bail back though.
You get your bail back, but that could last for a long time.
Right.
You know what I mean? That could be a long.
And then they fugazi you out of your money too.
Oh, they'll find a way.
I for sure was like, I had like a court case and my bill was like, it wasn't nothing crazy. It was only like $2,000, but when I finished the whole thing and I was done with it and I ended up beating it. They applied that shit to so many court fees. It was ridiculous. It was like they just broke my money down so sick through court fees just to make it to a zero balance. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's sick right there. I'm thinking I'm about to get a $2,000 check back.
Nah, damn. It's always some caveats to that stuff. I figured.
Yeah, nah. So, luckily mine was some more petty stuff than, you know what I'm saying, some young person petty things. Opposed to something big like that, that's a whole different type of story. Yeah. For sure. I mean, do you think that has do you think people can, you know, if you're so used to that type of lifestyle, do you think there is a way to be able to still, you know, rap about your past life but separate yourself from that type of energy for the most part?
If niggas actually really wanted to do that, I think they could, but I feel like it's not so much the artists. I think there's probably some artists out there that want to separate that, but the labels, they want the same shit that's whatever's out right now that's popping. They want you to do the same thing. And then there's another train of thought. I had a jazz appreciation teacher when I went to Santa Monica, Leslie Drayton. You know, I think I told you about him. He was a jazz musician that grew up in jazz. Like he grew up around like Ella Fitzgerald and Duke Ellington. He called him like auntie and uncle.
Oh wow.
And so he'd been around, you know. He's done some high-profile parties and played, you know, with some really, you know, prestigious jazz acts. So he's definitely been around. But sitting in the middle of that class, he told it like he felt it. Like he said that the people who run the industry don't think highly of us, so they only put money behind
the ignorance,
which is what they already think of us as hoes, as drug dealers, as thugs, pimps. Pimps. So music that elevate the consciousness, they don't put money behind. They put money behind the nonsense. And so you find that you might have a group of niggas that want to do something better, but they can't. So they do whatever they have an opportunity for. Yeah. So I feel like that's what it is. I feel like
it's crazy, bro. Like you could think about all the female artists that got mentioned this year. And to think about, like, Rhapsody had one of the hardest CDs out, period, male or female. And, like, she wasn't being mentioned in that female artist conversation. It's ridiculous.
Because if you're a dude, you got to be a thug, drug dealer, gang member. Right. If you're a woman, you got to be a stripper, a prostitute, showing ass, or something very, very sexual. Right. Like, if a woman keep her clothes on, like a Il Camille or a Rhapsody.
It's some, though. I mean, you got, like, the Janelle Monáe's. Like, she's not really, like, super overexposing herself and nothing like that.
She's just weird. That's all. She has that weird line.
But I mean, who signed her first? What's her name? Killer Mike?
Killer Mike
was the first one to sign her. Yeah, so it's like, you know, that don't necessarily add up with Killer Mike's persona, but I mean, I think he's...
Bro's on his activism and stuff now, though.
Yeah, but I mean, he always been like that, though. You look here, bro, be posting, like, stuff from high school. Like, he was the head of, like, the Black Coalition and all that type of stuff in high school.
Yeah, there's always, like, one or two.
Yeah, it's a few.
Weird. Or you got, like, Janae Aiko. You know what I mean? How she's a dope writer, period. Right. Who grew up in the middle of all that shit.
And she from LA too, so it's like she kind of...
She grew up over there in the 60s.
Older, she got older homies that's like, she don't even gotta do that because she really official with on the nigga side more than anything. She don't even gotta seek male attention in that type of way because she really got people from over there.
No, she everybody know her over there. And then her brothers were pretty popular too. I went to school with her older brother.
Okay.
And then a bunch of my friends knew her little brother, the one that passed, Miyagi.
Okay.
A lot of my friends were like real close with him, really hurt when he passed, but like her family, they've been around. Like Jahi is her older brother, and shit, that nigga used to sit in the back of the class and just sleep. But, you know, I went to school with him.
Right. Nigga just come to class and just
That nigga
sleep.
used to, he was the coolest nigga in the world. He just come back with his hoodie, sit in the back of the class, sleep, and then leave.
He'd probably be off the kush early. Off the chronic.
Yeah, all day. Coolest nigga in the class. But yeah, her family definitely been around, so she got the benefit of it. Plus, her older sister is Mila J.
Oh yeah, that is
Yeah, I
crazy.
seen her. She
And
bad.
so she been, people's been in the music industry
Right.
business a long time, so she got the benefit of it just being super talented. But there's always a lane for, one or two, like, to exist in
Right,
that capacity. But
Yeah, if you can't write too, most of the time it's like you gotta go with whatever is gonna get you, you know what I'm saying, records or whatever is gonna attract that attention to you.
I think we got to even throw in the gay lane now, dude, too, because it's like, for once upon a time it was the thug, gangster, drug dealer, and now
Okay.
you got like the gay lane or the feminine lane. The feminine
You have to
lane.
elaborate on that for me.
Lil Uzi Vert.
Damn.
Uzi, Young Thug. You talking about just like aesthetic, like, with
Do you see how Uzi
Artists.
carry himself? He definitely carries himself effeminate.
artists.
Yeah,
Femininely.
okay.
Like rappers
For sure.
back then, you had to be like real masculine, and now they kind of been like the masculinity line
Yeah,
with the
I thi-
dress and stuff like
I
that.
think Young Thug
And Young Thug kind of is
or
transcended.
even Lil B for real.
Well, the crazy
Lil
thing
B.
is,
Lil B, you get down there and say Lil B started that.
Lil B and Young
Yeah.
Thug, I'll get them to the. You know
And
what I'm
Wayne
saying?
kind of like with the whole just being influenced by the rock style, he kind of like influenced
he started.
future generations.
He started wearing
with,
jeggings and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he started that shit in 2010, and then all of those that are aforementioned that you mentioned kind of took it and went further. The crazy thing is, Lil Uzi, he acts, he has he stands like a woman sometimes where it's questionable.
He do.
But like
He has
Young
feminine
Thug,
characteristics.
I think Young Thug, he doesn't act it. You know what I mean? Other than maybe calling his homies bae, but like
Right. When you see him talk in his regular demeanor, he's like a regular alpha
Regular.
male.
I think
So
bro
I-
definitely calmed it down in recent years from when he first came in the game.
Yeah, I honestly think it's the label came up with that the same way like
Yeah.
Jermaine Dupri came up with the backwards jeans for Criss Cross.
Uh-huh.
Like I really think that the label pushed him into that. Like I don't even think that that's his game.
His whole get down.
I think the label came up
I
with
think
that
he
as
just
a
really,
fad.
he just really know like I'm a street nigga, so I really don't give a fuck. Cause
I heard, not for real, that's crazy because I heard he
definitely, I got homies in Atlanta that for sure all say the same thing. Like the nigga's definitely a known nigga in the streets out there.
He would have been exposed by now, like if he was really not with whatever business he was
Yeah.
talking about.
exactly,
For sure.
which is crazy. So I think that's the
And T.I.
working
with
of
the
the
nigga
industry.
all the time.
yeah.
I feel you on that one, but it's tricky now. I mean, that shit is.
It's
That shit
not
is-
run by us. It's not run by people who they don't, it doesn't affect their culture.
It's wild though, cause I think like around that time in 2010, it was either for rappers, it was either you was getting influenced by Wayne or you was getting influenced by Gucci. It was like two different lanes to go with it, cause Gucci was really on that trap heavy.
Yeah.
Around the time he got the ice cream cone tatted on his face, you feel me? Branded all that bird. Gucci man is probably like the most quote unquote scariest nigga. Like you see how when he pull up to interviews, niggas is walking on shells. You feel me? Like the most respected interviewers are still walking on thin ice when they talking to him. So at the same time, I felt like it was a whole generation of people who wanted to be like Gucci man, and then the Waynes, because you see, Soulja Boy got the Gucci shit tatted in the middle of his eyes and all that shit. He was going after the Gucci man shit. You feel me? Chief Keef in there, right?
Yeah.
They not going after Wayne. They not dressing like that. They trying to be like Gucci man. You feel me? They wearing True Religion jean jackets. I mean the whole denim fits. They got the lean bellies out and shit like that with the chains. So that's all Gucci influence for sure.
Yeah. Facts. I think with Wayne also, or if you talking about the Wayne like Gucci dynamic, like Wayne, he more so influenced like the newer artists with like that are rocking like the rock stuff and like experimenting with
Yeah.
auto-tune and shit. Like he kind of was like the pioneer for like the auto-tune rap, like not necessarily having to be on key with your pitch and tone and all
I
that.
didn't even like that shit.
Yeah,
And then people kinda took that
Wayne
and-
and Kanye.
Yeah, Wayne, Kanye, yup. And
808s and Heartbreak, and then Lil Wayne took that shit and ran with it.
Yup. And then you could say the artists now are kind of take that sauce and ran with it too, but kind of refined it more so it's more like pleasing to the ear, like where Young Thug melodies is pretty like complex, and they're also like rhythmic and hypnotic, where you like get caught up in the music and not so much the aesthetic.
Can't even understand what he's saying, but it sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. Like people are really taking like I think like wordplay is kind of like, or lyricism, it's not dead, it's just, you know, people, they know that the melody is what's catching people, the hook, and everybody's trying to make the quick, you know, microwavable, catchy song that's gonna get them streams or get them like what's gonna get them like on faster, you know what I'm saying, instead of focusing on a total body of work.
And it's unfortunate. I hate to agree, but that's definitely what's been going on. But it's not going to be positive for the industry in the long run. Nah, because I mean, great bodies of work become timeless and classics. At a certain point, if things keep going like this, we won't have any more classics.
Yeah, but history got to repeat itself, man. So there's got to be some people out there, some artists out there that's going to bring back the realness and stuff like that. I think the consumer got to assume responsibility. Like, we get fed all the bullshit, so you can't really control what we get fed, but we can control kind of like what we tune out too.
But that's the other side of this, like this kind of discussion is like, we don't make the decisions, as you know, because the people who run these labels don't look like us.
Right.
So the effect on our culture is dictated by somebody else's culture.
Somebody else.
And then the people who actually buy into the music don't look like us. We, you know, like back in the day, we would bootleg shit, right? Burn CDs. White people will go and actually support and buy. So a lot of the buying power comes from the people who are outside of our culture.
Who
so
are black, basically.
So we get an influx of like
black people ain't buying no music.
We don't buy no music. We don't. We trying to figure out we trying to figure out the easiest and the cheapest way to get it for free.
Did you used to fuck with LimeWire?
I fucked with everything.
Yeah, I fucked with everything.
I mean, but you know, that was kind of like a soft spot because doing music and then stealing music kind of don't go together. But lately, as I got older, I start, buying. If I really like an album, I'll go buy it, even though I already got it on Spotify or something like that. Like, I'll go and buy it just to say that I support it. But a lot of people ain't gonna do that, and these streams ain't making a whole lot of money for people, and then these 360 deals. So,
and you see, Apple just got rid of iTunes. That's like end of an era with purchasing music.
They got rid of iTunes for
it's just gonna be Apple Music going forward, just a subscription.
Yeah.
So you can't buy albums out of iTunes no more?
It's like artists just gonna make money off the streaming.
So you gotta go to something like Bandcamp to sell your album, basically, or print up hard copies. That's hard. I fuck with it. It's crazy. I fuck with hard copies though. Like, I still tell people now, like, nigga, make you some hard copies.
I mean, that's cool, but like my shit, most cars now
aren't even playing
don't
CDs.
Have any CD.
Yeah.
I don't have a CD player in my shit.
That's
crazy.
I'm just saying, like, I'll show you a hard copy, but it gotta be. I always tell people it has to have some type of value to it, though. Like,
I mean, shit, the laptops aren't being made with them anymore.
No. I'm saying
exactly.
Like, how do you?
It's like a souvenir type. That's why I say it has to come with some type of sentimental value to it to make it even, like, don't just come with a damn CD with some packaging, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that kind of goes back to vinyl. Vinyl's making a resurgence because of the aesthetic. People,
right.
Because it's like now listening is an event, right? People have their setups in their living room, right? They have maybe like the console that has the record player in it, or maybe, in the corner, and they have like their stand with all their records.
Yeah.
And people are actually going back to go get like vinyl of albums that weren't ever pressed in vinyl, because hip hop would do it for DJs, but after Serato they stopped making vinyl for hip hop albums. So like later hip hop albums like Yeezus and shit like that never saw vinyl. So there's companies that are pressing them up now because there's a resurgence of people wanting these records on vinyl, because it's like a whole event. You flip the vinyl, you physically touch it, you put it on, and it's like they pour their favorite glass or something, or it's like you got friends over, it's like a social thing, right? Or people trade them or collect them. It's like a collector's thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a rare thing though.
It is, and it's actually the top grossing medium of music is more than MP3s now, more than CDs, because nobody buys anything
Right.
anymore because it's all
Digitally.
subscription.
Yeah.
So the only people that are buying records are literally people who are buying records, like
Yeah.
albums, vinyl.
Yeah.
So and it's growing because people are kind of getting into it. They have like those monthly subscription services. You pay like $20 and they send you whatever record is the
that's
record
dope.
of the month now, and you get all kind of stuff. And then with records, you can like change the colors and different type of artwork. There's like companies that will let you make an album out of anything. So certain rock bands have made their albums out of blood.
What?
You know, yeah, like you can make the actual vinyl out of whatever material. So certain like rock groups, their thing is when they sell these vinyls to their fans, is their actual blood. Like they draw blood and send it, and they make the record with their blood. Or
So it's in the
vinyl.
chemicals.
it's in this, yeah.
They
Some
test
So it's
that-
not
they
liquid
test that
blood.
shit,
They're
bro?
just saying they mixing it.
they mix it in there, yeah. Some
You gotta
people
test them vinyls.
they do the thing where, you know, like if you got your
I don't think
grandpa
they're
favorite,
doing that,
huh?
but I don't
No, it's
think they're really
crazy.
doing that. Yeah, I don't think they're really doing that, but
No, I mean, this is the idea that you can do anything you want.
Right.
Like they got like a, you know, if you like your grandpa had a favorite record, he got cremated. People send the ashes in
that's nasty.
to make that his. So he's
That's
actually the
nasty.
fucking record now.
Oh, that's
So
nasty, though.
I mean,
Nasty,
yeah,
bro.
you know who
It's like bury that man in
you know
peace,
you
man.
know who doing that shit. I ain't got to tell you. I ain't got to tell you who doing that
Bury
shit,
that
but
man.
it definitely ain't
Don't
us.
ask
But,
no questions.
You know, that's the thing right now. Like, so I feel you on CDs is just because
Don't
people will
ask.
buy it for the nostalgia,
For sure.
you know, or for the, you know, the people that collect those type of
Collector's
things.
items.
But you know,
You see a lot of people doing like with artists with their visual content. Everybody's going back to like the VHS vintage filter type. Like everybody's just doing that with like no taste. Everybody's like a debutante with that shit. Like, you know, they're like, oh, this shit look cool. Like everybody's doing like this vintage like '90s whatever stuff, and it's just like it's with like no direction, it's like no taste, no appreciation for it. And you could tell. It's like it's just funny how waves just get followed. Like something that wasn't cool. Shit, Champion. I'm getting random right now. Like Champion, the brand, like 3 years ago was
hella regular. Yeah,
you feel me?
Walmart.
Chance the Rapper pop up
It was
that
just
shit on
Walmart
Instagram.
shit, yeah.
The shit, the sweaters are $60. Like now, like
Yeah, that was just the shit that you got like when you had to go just do something. You got it at like Big Five or like a sporting goods, you know, place. Just when you needed something to go camping or go fishing and you needed like a sweater. It was just random.
Yeah,
It was regular.
And it's crazy just like how cosign of anything can turn something from like that was looking uncool to shit. Like,
Social media.
yeah,
It's like the benefits and the ills of social media. Social media has changed how everything is approached.
yeah,
They approach everything differently now, where even the most unfavorable action could pick up and go viral. With,
Yeah.
like you said, without the appreciation of the actual, you know, aesthetic of it. Or
yeah. The
art of it,
history, the
history
art,
of it,
yeah. You know,
Yeah, no,
Facts.
definitely that. So shit, we just to wrap it, we talked about Lil Durk, and then ran off on a tangent, but I think we had one other thing to talk about.
the fight.
The fight.
Oh yeah, Anthony Joshua
Yeah.
got squabbled down by the Mexican. He was
He got the paws put on him.
man, dog, and it looked like he was in the weigh-in. He was looking at him like he was looking at the Mexican dude like, nigga.
He thought he was a joke. Yeah.
Dog, the Mexican nigga put his hand up. He didn't even put his hand up. He kept his headphones on. Like,
That's
my nigga.
disrespectful.
He literally thought it was gonna be an easy run.
Oh,
I feel like you put out that type of energy, you damn near bound to lose. Like
Oh, he got 22 knockouts though. But
Yeah.
I mean, I still never heard this guy before.
Anthony Joshua.
No,
Oh, Andy
Ruiz.
Ruiz. Okay.
Exactly, but he still looked like the Michelin Tire Man.
I'm saying.
Bad
I was
body.
surprised, nigga. That body crazy. It's like
Oh, he had a nice little fast fury of punches, but bro, it's really just.
it's a win for any regular looking dad bod ass nigga out there for sure. Like, you feel me?
Hey, I was seeing a bunch of memes like me versus the nigga that
That you ain't gotta worry about. That you was told not to
don't
worry
worry
about.
Like, damn, I seen a bunch of shit like y'all niggas be in the gym for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, right, nigga, stop it.
Right.
Just because that guy doesn't have a
Right.
squabble. Deontay Wilder would have mixed this guy.
And plus, that nigga's
Deontay
getting
Wilder
paid.
would have mixed his ass.
He's getting paid a cool some million to
Bro,
box a
Anthony
nigga.
Joshua got paid $25 million to come down to the Madison Square Garden and get knocked out. It's cool. I mean,
That's
I'm not gonna
crazy.
say I want to get knocked out, but for $25 million, either way, you feel me? I'm gonna take my loss. How much? What's the name? McGregor get? McGregor got like $30 million cash.
Oh, yeah, he ducked off now.
Right.
He
Floyd got
retired or some
100
shit.
for that.
Within like a 2-year span, the nigga boxed Floyd Mayweather, lost some shit in UFC, and then retired from like
Bro, he
everything.
made
got
$30
money,
million
bro, it's
in
caked
one
up.
fight to do nothing, just get knocked out too.
And he ain't gotta never get knocked out again if he play it right.
He really boxed. That's crazy.
And I mean, he could go back to, where is he from? Is he Russia or
Ireland.
Ukraine or something?
Ireland.
Oh, Ireland. Yeah. He can go back there and probably live like a king. Like he could probably go buy a castle.
Yeah, he
live
definitely
about
like
that.
Michael Jordan over there.
But
So.
he's a meathead though.
Nah, he's definitely us.
He wants to do too much rowdy shit. That's why he fights UFC. I could never do that sort of shit.
Bro retired though, I think. Right?
He's forced to retire. Nigga, he's suspended from the UFC.
Oh yeah.
Too much weak shit. He got beat last time. Khabib. What's his name? He jumped in the crowd,
Seemed
was
like
fucking
the-
everybody up.
Yeah. Nah.
Well,
Bro, that's a wild nigga.
Anyhow, classic conversations. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Fresh.
Yeah, make sure you do that.
Vic,
Josh, man. Josh Gray.
Josh Gregg. Catch you in a minute.